Well, unfortunately, my good people, and I do mean unfortunately, I loved you guys and I loved being here with you for the past 5 years, over 5 years. And if you think you're angry right now, believe me, you're not. And if you're not angry enough, then you can also believe that the Michael Myers fanatic is pissed off enough for all of us, because this is it. Just like Greg Hiller told you, I'm being forced to shut it down. I have no choice. Why, you ask? Well, they first of all they say I have a big ego. But let me be the first one to tell you that if I am guilty of the sin of having a big ego, I have a big heart to match it. Because my biggest problem is I'm just like the Chucky doll. I want to be your friend. I want to be everybody's friend to the end. Heidi ho, ha ha ha. Isn't that what the Chucky doll says? I'm your friend to the end, Heidi ho. And that's where I failed, because I trusted everybody. You can't do that. And so I'm just gonna get to the point. Greg Hiller, who's a friend of mine on here, you know him as Cinema World. Subscribe to him and shout out to him. He gave me this idea. We were up talking, and it was like really late one night. And he really wanted to know what was going on with Halloween Returns. So he comes to me and he says, you know what? He says, hey dude, why don't you go and tweet Marcus Dunstan, and maybe you can get an interview with him. I was like, Greg, I don't know. I feel kind of funny about this. He was like, dude, just do it. What do you have to lose? Either he's going to answer you or he's not. So I was like, all right, I guess I will. So I tweeted the guy. 2:30 in the morning, he replied to me. So that's why I put up that video, saying that details are coming soon. Next thing I know, I asked the dude for an interview. I said, would you, can I interview you for my YouTube channel? He says, I would love to be a part of your YouTube channel. So with that being said, I invited some friends, or at least I thought they were my friends. I was like, listen, especially Shane Poole. I said, hey, I'm doing this interview with Marcus Dunstan. You're a fan of Marcus Dunstan. Why don't you come along? He was a little apprehensive at first. He didn't want to do it. He's kind of shy and that whole thing, and I get all that. But I talked him into it, and I talked another friend of mine into it. Suddenly, we do the interview. Everything goes great. But the equipment fails for some reason, and we were only able to salvage 20 minutes of audio. The whole interview was over 2 hours. And so suddenly I keep calling Shane and I say, when are we going to release this interview? Because the people were dying for it. We had our channel together called Silver Shamrock Radio. That name derives from a fictional company in Halloween 3. But anyway, I got to talk fast because they said I only got 15 minutes. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah. So, I said, let's do the show. And he said that I called him too many times. So he basically says, and this is not me cursing, this is me telling you what he said. He said, you know what? I can't take this shit, to quote him. And he says, you keep calling me every 5 minutes, telling me to let's get the show out and everything like that. He says, you know what? You just put it on your channel. So I did that. I put it on my channel. And we argued about it, because he kept messaging me. And when you keep messaging me like that, I block you. I don't think I did anything wrong. If someone were harassing you, wouldn't you block them? So I blocked him. Now, of course, he went bananas. I can't say the actual thing. You know, there are people around. I can only quote people, but I can't, you know, I don't normally use profanity in the presence of women. But to make this long story short, he went crazy. And for my slang speaking brothers and sisters out there, homeboy went cray cray. You know, he was tripping. He flew off the handle. So, next thing you know, he starts going around telling people that I stole the interview with Marcus Dunstan, even though it was me and Gregory Hiller that got the interview in the first place. And then, if that wasn't bad enough, he filed a claim against me on YouTube, telling YouTube that I stole the interview. Would you guys like to know what YouTube did? First of all, let the Michael Myers fanatic remind you that he already had a strike for a movie review called Leprechaun in the Hood. They said that I violated the community guidelines. Ooh, using those big terms. I don't know, maybe it was because I said something about Leprechaun smoking weed with black people. Maybe that upset them. So, again, long story short, I already had that one strike. And that was going to go away in January. So the next thing I know, I wake up and I find out that I got a copyright strike for the Marcus Dunstan interview, and he said that I stole the interview even though I was the one that got the interview, and even though I am the one that invited him along, but I stole it. And next thing I know, he writes me a message on Google. Why can't we be friends? Because you ruined my YouTube career. So anyway, gotta speed this story up. I reviewed a movie also called Anne of Green Gables, which is basically a love story. And then Sullivan Entertainment, the movie company, also filed a claim against me, and I'm guessing that they did that because Shane had already filed a claim against me, so now they're investigating my channel. Now I have 1 guidelines strike and 2 copyright strikes. They told me, they said 1 more copyright strike and you're out of here. So I ask you guys, what would be the point of staying? Especially on this channel, if I already have 2 copyright strikes. Didn't you hear me? They said 1 more and you're terminated. So it's easier said than done. You say you want me to stay, you say you're upset about it. Well, how do you think I feel? I worked very hard to build this channel up after Lev deleted my other one. So it looks like this one is going to be on its way out the door. And I don't know what to do about that. I'm sorry about that, but I'm not going to go through this. He's a big baby. He was upset because the interview was garnering attention. You can go and type in Halloween Returns and you'll see all kinds of articles with my name in them. And Shane didn't like that. He's going to deny it. He can deny it all he wants. But he took the interview away from me, and now the interview is on his channel. Well, you know what? That's okay, because we all know who did the interview. And if you don't know, all you got to do is ask Marcus Dunstan. Even he admitted that I was the only reason he even did the interview. So with all that said, hey, I can't put up with this guy. So I bid you guys farewell. Hey, you know I love you. I love spending time with you. And like I said yesterday, I'll see you on the other side. And if you know me, you know what I mean by that. No, it doesn't mean I'm going to kill myself. Calm down. You can relax. I would never give another jabroni that kind of power, and that's exactly what he is. A jabroni is somebody that walks the walk and talks the talk, or at least they try, but they don't exactly live up to it. In other words, they're a loser. But I'm out of here. I can't deal with this because I don't want to be quote unquote terminated. So, what else can I say? I'll see you again one day, but just not as the Myers fan. Sorry about that. And if you think you're angry, you're not. I'm far angrier than you could ever be. It was my channel. It's just controlled anger. I'm controlling it. I'm sorry about that, guys, and I'll miss you. So, for one last time, I would like to say thank you for letting me be the Michael Myers fanatic. Thank you for letting me put those jabronis in check each and every week, each and every year. Thank you for letting me talk about that proverbial bus that each and every jabroni got hit by. And thank you, most of all, for letting me be the Michael Myers fanatic. And thank you for giving me the honor and privilege of saying I approve this message. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.